The blue whale is not just the largest animal alive today. It is the largest animal that has ever existed on Earth. Larger than the biggest dinosaurs, heavier than any creature known to history, it represents the absolute upper limit of biological possibility. And yet, despite its size, the blue whale lives a life defined by grace, precision, and quiet endurance within the vastness of the open ocean. The evolutionary story of the blue whale begins on land. Millions of years ago, the ancestors of modern whales were small, four-legged mammals that returned to the sea. Over time, natural selection reshaped their bodies completely. Limbs transformed into flippers, tails flattened into powerful flukes, and lungs adapted to hold immense volumes of air. Among these early whales, some lineages began growing larger, driven by the efficiency of feeding on abundant ocean resources. Gigantism in whales is not accidental. It is an evolutionary response to a world where food is dispersed, temperatures are cold, and long-distance travel is essential. Larger bodies conserve heat better, store more energy, and travel more efficiently through water. Over millions of years, the blue whale emerged as the ultimate result of this process. Physically, the blue whale defies intuition. An adult can reach lengths of over 30 meters and weigh more than 180 tons. Its heart alone can weigh as much as a small car. Its tongue can weigh as much as an elephant. Blood vessels are wide enough for a human child to swim through. And yet, its body is streamlined, perfectly shaped for life in motion. The skin of the blue whale appears smooth from a distance, but up close it is textured with mottled gray-blue patterns unique to each individual, much like fingerprints. These patterns help researchers identify whales across oceans. Beneath the skin lies a thick layer of blubber that insulates the whale from cold water and serves as an energy reserve during long migrations. The most extraordinary feature of the blue whale is its feeding system. Blue whales feed almost exclusively on krill, tiny shrimp-like crustaceans that form dense swarms in cold, nutrient-rich waters. During feeding season, a blue whale can consume up to 4 tons of krill per day. Feeding is achieved through a method known as lunge feeding. The whale accelerates toward a krill swarm, opens its enormous mouth, and engulfs a volume of water greater than its own body size. Pleated grooves along its throat expand like an accordion. Then, using its baleen plates, it filters the water out while trapping krill inside. This process is repeated dozens of times per dive. This feeding strategy requires immense energy but yields extraordinary returns. The ocean, though vast, offers food in concentrated bursts. The blue whale evolved not to hunt individual prey, but to harvest ecosystems. Despite its size, the blue whale is not aggressive. It has no natural predators as an adult, aside from occasional harassment by orcas. Even then, attacks are rare and usually unsuccessful. Calves are more vulnerable, but the protection of their mothers and sheer size quickly reduces risk. Blue whale behavior is defined by movement. They migrate thousands of kilometers each year between feeding grounds in cold polar waters and breeding grounds in warmer tropical seas. These migrations are among the longest of any animal on Earth. They follow ancient routes shaped by ocean currents, temperature gradients, and food availability. Communication is essential in an environment where visibility is limited. Blue whales produce some of the loudest sounds ever recorded from any animal. Their low-frequency calls can travel hundreds of kilometers through water. These vocalizations are not random. They serve to maintain contact, attract mates, and possibly navigate across vast distances. Blue whale intelligence is subtle rather than expressive. Their brains are large and complex, adapted for processing sound, spatial awareness, and social interaction across distance. While they do not display problem-solving in the way primates do, their cognitive abilities are finely tuned to their ecological needs. Social structure in blue whales is loose and fluid. They are often seen alone or in small groups, sometimes pairing temporarily during feeding or migration. Bonds are strongest between mothers and calves. A calf is born weighing several tons and drinking hundreds of liters of milk per day. This milk is among the richest in the animal kingdom, allowing rapid growth. Reproduction is slow. Females give birth every 2 to 3 years, sometimes longer. Pregnancy lasts about a year. This slow reproductive rate makes populations extremely vulnerable to rapid decline. That vulnerability became tragically clear during the 20th century. Industrial whaling brought blue whales to the brink of extinction. Modern ships, explosive harpoons, and factory processing allowed humans to kill whales at a scale never before possible. In just a few decades, global blue whale populations were reduced by more than 90%. Entire populations vanished. Some feeding grounds fell silent. The ocean lost one of its foundational giants almost overnight. The end of commercial whaling offered hope. International protection allowed some populations to stabilize, and in certain regions, slow recovery has begun. But the damage was profound, and recovery is measured not in years, but in centuries. Today, blue whales face new threats. Climate change alters the distribution of krill, disrupting feeding patterns. Ocean warming affects productivity at the base of the food web. Increased shipping traffic raises the risk of ship strikes, one of the leading causes of whale mortality. Noise pollution interferes with communication, effectively shrinking the whale's acoustic world. Entanglement in fishing gear poses another danger. Even an animal of this size can be injured or killed by ropes and nets that restrict movement and cause infections. Plastic pollution introduces toxins into the marine ecosystem, accumulating through the food chain. Despite these threats, the blue whale remains a symbol of resilience. Its continued existence proves that even the most heavily exploited species can survive if given space and time. Conservation efforts now focus on protecting feeding grounds, regulating shipping lanes, and reducing ocean noise. The ecological role of the blue whale extends beyond its life. When a whale dies and sinks to the ocean floor, its body becomes a whalefall, creating an entire ecosystem that can sustain deep-sea life for decades. Even in death, the blue whale supports life. Why the blue whale matters is not only because of its size, but because of what it represents. It is a living measure of planetary health. A world capable of supporting blue whales is a world with functioning oceans. The blue whale does not dominate its environment through force. It survives through balance, efficiency, and scale. It is proof that evolution can produce not just complexity, but grandeur. When a blue whale surfaces, exhaling a column of mist into the air, it connects the depths of the ocean with the sky. It reminds us that Earth is still capable of wonder beyond human creation. If the blue whale were lost, it would not just be another extinction. It would be the loss of a biological achievement that may never be repeated. Protecting it is not an act of sentiment. It is an act of responsibility. Somewhere beneath the open ocean, a blue whale continues its slow, powerful journey, following paths older than human memory. Its survival depends not on strength, but on whether humanity allows space for giants to exist.